we're going to test out how a dog does on sniffing things out. I have here some contraband, which I am going to give to you, Alan.
Okay.
And what I would like you to do is put it in your pocket and go and hide in the audience.
Go and hide in Croydon.
So the audience have got special masks to put on. So if they could put those who've got masks could put them on.
Oh, my God.
So it's terrifying.
Oh, I'm sick of seeing. That's awful.
Terrifying.
Yeah, because you do it. Now, this is a very special episode of Jonathan Creek. I never thought I'd be involved in a live game of Where's Wally?
OK, we now welcome, please, to the studio from the RAF Police, Corporal Sam, Robson, Rodriguez and Rex. Sam, thank you so much for coming in and supplying us with the dummy contraband. Tell me about Rex and what his job is.
Well, Rex is a 5-year-old black lab. His main job is to search for drugs anywhere we want to put him, basically.
And how's he trained? How do you make him be able to do that?
Well, we start searching for, like, their toys, and then we just associate the toys with the drugs, so then in their head they think they're searching for their toy, whereas, in fact, we want them to search for the drugs.
And how many scents can Rex recognise, do you think?
He's trained on all the main scents and basically anything that you can make out of that.
So he looks keen to get going.
He does.
Right, Sam, please, over to you, my lovely.
Thank you very much. Rex, come here.
I do hope nobody in the audience has got anything.
You know what? I really hope somebody does.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be the best bit of telly ever if he dragged someone to the floor and just dragged them out?
A live drug bust on QI.
So far,
Someone up.
ignoring everybody, so that's good for that side.
Okay.
How will he show if he knows?
They have either a stand indication or a sit indication.
Oh.
Is he sniffing your crotch, Alan?
Is it in your left pocket?
Oh, my God!
Let's have a round of applause, please, for Rex and Sam. Sam and Rex, very good. Thank you very much.
Anyway, from muck to mugshots, what heinous crime was committed by babyface Bertillon?
He stole the faces of babies.
And then wore them himself. I know if you're a Sherlock Holmes buff.
I'm quite buff, but no, I'm not so much with Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes talks about the Bertillon system at one point. It was a famous system, and it did involve really what you're looking at.
Mugshots.
Mugshots is the right answer.
Oh.
So Bertillon took a photograph of his young son, hence the baby face, Bertillon.
Oh.
And what he did there was he exhibited his technique, which may seem obvious to us, but what are we looking at?
Oh, taking a
Front
and profile.
side.
Yeah.
He realised that ears were very, very good ways of identifying people, and so you couldn't just have a full-on, but a side view is very important. And over the years, the French police and the British got huge collections of pictures of criminals. And these became the Rose Galleries, the mugshot, the famous in films and TV shows where some witness says, oh, I know him if I saw him again. Hey, show him the mugshots, you know, and the witness would go through the book. And each book would be...
That was days after I'd had my dirt hole burgled.
Was it by Hugh Grant above you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant's trying to look cross there.
And the crime that Bertillon's son had committed was nibbling all the pears in a basket.
Yeah, trying by them putting it back.
Yeah. He nibbled all the pears in a
Drives him
basket. Which to a Frenchman is a grave sin.
It is.
Sorry, is it a euphemism?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a euphemism. Have I missed something? And then I nibbled all the pears in the basket. And she bloody loved it.
That's terrible. Anyway, yes, François Bertillon was the notorious Paris pear nibbler. This is a very extraordinary story. The durable Mike Malloy. We're in the age of Prohibition, and we're in New York City, and we've got a gang of criminals, because obviously anyone who runs a speakeasy is a criminal by definition during Prohibition, and they hit on a scam. They thought, we'll get some drunks, we'll get them to sign life insurance forms to our benefit, and then we'll just feed them so much alcohol that they'll die, and we'll get all the money. And what can go wrong?
Had they never met Irish people before?
That's the problem.
They were
They ran out of
bankrupt.
booze.
So
That's what happened.
owner Anthony Marino hatched this plan.
We're gonna
Got
make a
this
bigger pub.
Irishman, he was Irishman, called Mike Malloy, and they befriended him. They plied him with free drinks, and they got him to sign 3 different life insurance policies amounting to nearly $2,000, which was a lot of money in those days. After several weeks of free booze, they started to get a bit impatient because he wasn't
Kept
turning
singing
a
the
hair.
same songs.
So they started adding.
God, he's doing that one again.
They started adding.
Oh, daddy boy.
Seems
the pipe.
They started adding antifreeze. He collapsed a bit, but he kept coming back for more drink. So they then gave him drinks that were filled with turpentine, horse liniment, rat poison, rotten oysters in wood alcohol, and sardines mixed with carpet tacks.
Do we have any record of what he's... Oh,
None of this
thanks very
had any
much.
effect.
I suppose if it's on the house...
Yes.
He's downing that.
So next, they got him drunk, they stripped him naked, this is midwinter in New York, and they poured 5 gallons of cold water on him before dumping him on a snowbank. If you've ever been in New York midwinter, it is seriously cold. It gets to minus 20 degrees
Why
sometimes.
don't they just shoot him?
I think a bullet hole might have been...
Yeah, it might have been a bit of a giveaway.
Oh, I don't know. I think naked on a mound of snow is quite a giveaway.
Well, he was drunk.
He was drunk having sex with a snowman.
Yeah, that's all right. But the police found him, and he turned up the next day saying, "You'll never guess what happened. They found me in Central Park on the snow naked. I don't know how that happened, but they took me to a hostel and I got me these nice new clothes." And so he carried on drinking, and they were really getting desperate. They paid a cab driver $150 to knock him over. After 2 attempts, they left him sprawled in the road, awaiting news of his death. Several weeks later, he came fresh out of hospital, turning up looking for a drink. So finally, they challenged him to a rigged drinking contest. They got him really, really pissed and then pushed a gas hose in his throat and gassed him to death.
Oh.
So they cheated.
Yeah.
But a few months later, don't worry, they started squabbling amongst themselves. And they all went down the river to Sing Sing and got fried in the electric chair. The whole gang of them.
The thing that I find interesting about that story is when you said they put a gas hose in his mouth and cheated, the audience went, oh. But before that, when they were trying to kill the man, you were going, well, that just sounds like bloody good fun. And then the gas hose, you went, yeah, that's not playing straight.
No, it's not cricket. Not cricket.
It's an interesting morality you're working with. Take a good, hard look at yourself.
How many crimes could you commit with one of these?
Lock picking? Do you think you could do lock picking?
No, it was to do with a German criminal so elusive that the German police spent 2 years hunting what was known as the Phantom of Heilbronn, also known as the woman without a face. So between 1993 and 2009, the Phantom of Heilbronn was held responsible for over 40 crimes, and her DNA was found continuously at the crime scene, and they could not work it out. There was a €300,000 bounty placed on her head, and they did 2 years of investigation only to find that this person did not exist. So the DNA...
Was it somebody in the forensics team?
It was the factory making the cotton buds.
Oh, my God.
So they used to take DNA samples, the crime team, with the little cotton bud. They had been contaminated with the DNA of the women who actually made the cotton buds.
amazing.
The Bild newspaper ran the headline, "Are the heads of our police stuffed with cotton wool?" What I like about them is that the people who make them, they explicitly print, "Do not insert inside the ear canal."
It can cause a lot of damage.
Yes, but it's probably the only product whose main purpose is precisely the one they explicitly want.
Well, that's not what I put them.
Some awful DNA on that.
Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.